Yo, what's good? Who in here? I swear, every time I get on this live, I be having issues with the chat. Really need to get my computer back, for real. Okay. Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Just Game. What's good? What's good? Just on here kicking it, man. I ain't been on live since last week, so you know, I had to come through and say what's up. Yo, so we still pushing Go Hard. If you hear, you know about the song Go Hard. We still pushing it. I'm gonna push that song until it go completely viral. Like, I really mean that. I love animals, so it's the perfect way for me. It's more natural, you know, and it's funny because animals have such a human-like presence, you know, like they communicate in a sense like humans, you know. It's funny as shit the way they act, so it just goes perfect. What's good? Damn, homeless and dumb. You know, I'm gonna talk to you about that. Homeless and dumb. Let's have a conversation. I want to talk to you. Like, why is that your title for your YouTube channel? I'm just curious. So ironic, actually. If you hear though, we here to promote music. Specifically my music. Sorry. I got this song called Go Hard if you're not really familiar with it. Wow. I'm sorry to hear about that, homeless and dumb. I don't like calling you that, so please tell me what your name is, because that's not okay. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so just let me know what your name is, your real name. Yeah, I need to know your real name. And there's a reason behind it. I'm going to tell you guys in a second. I just need to know this person's real name because this is so ironic. So if you're still there, go in the chat and just type your name. It don't have to be your full name. I just want to know what they call you, you know what I'm saying? So that way I ain't got to call you that because that don't make me feel good. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like if you could just let me know what your real name is, we can go from there. If y'all in this chat, man, like this live, man. Like it, share it, comment, you know what I'm saying? Let's talk, let's chat. I'm trying to get more people in here so we can communicate. You know what? We're gonna call you H&D. That's what we're gonna say. We're gonna call you H&D. We're not gonna call you homeless and dumb. We're gonna call you H&D. Since I never got you to say nothing back, I'm gonna just go from here with it, man. It sucks. I'm gonna say that being homeless and you said you just got out of the hospital for a failed suicide attempt, man. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm not sure if you're female or male, but you know, I'm gonna pray for you. Being homeless is not fun. I'm actually about to go through that myself, actually. So I'm gonna tell you guys this. I don't mind because I'm okay with it. You know, I'm okay with it. But yeah, I'm moving out of my place actually. Let me show it to you. H&D. Let me show it to you. That way you know I'm not lying. First of all, I'm packing. Here's my boxes right here. Let me switch my camera around. So you see I'm packing, right? All right, I ain't gonna show y'all my bed and shit, cause I ain't make up my bed. But as you can see, I'm getting all my shit out of here. This is where I live, but I gotta go, cause your boy can't afford this rent no more. This rent is high as shit. I pay $1,800 or $1,900 for rent every single month, so I can't afford that. So H&D, let me tell you, bro. He, she, you're not the only one. You know, I'm sorry that you going through it, and you know, but just know we here together with it. You know what I'm saying? So we here together. I understand. I can relate to a degree, cause I'm about to go through this myself. Luckily for me, I got a car. You know, so I'm gonna just sort it out. I'm really wanting to get serious with my music. I love making music. I've been procrastinating a lot. I've been in a lot of bad situations that I placed myself in. So I'm about to get real serious with things, you know, like I'm really about to put it all on the line. Win, lose, or draw, you know, nobody can ever say that I gave up. And I can look in the mirror every single day and know I didn't quit. And that's a great feeling, especially in the sense of, you know, just having regrets. Like that's a regret that I don't want to have. I love making music. So with that being said, I'm gonna go through this homeless shit for a while, you know, deal with it. At least I ain't gotta worry about paying $1,900 a month for rent. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do what you gotta do. So, you know, it sucks, man. Life is hard. Life is hard for any of y'all that's in here right now. You know what I'm talking about. Life is not easy. Some of y'all probably live decently and some of y'all don't, you know, but it's hard. And it's gonna get harder. It's definitely gonna get harder for those of you that are in here. So I had to touch on that, man, because that's a sensitive topic, man. It really is. And I'm not in here to shame anybody that's going through something. You know, I'm not making fun of nobody's situation, because that shit ain't funny. So H&D, much love and respect to you. Much love and respect to you, for real. But let's get off of that, man. To anybody that's in here that don't know who I am, I make music. If you in this live right now, share it, like it, comment, subscribe. I try to drop content every single day on my shorts. I'm very big on my shorts because it's pretty active. I'm promoting a song currently. It's been out for 7 years, by the way. Go Hard has been out for 7 years. 7. So if you are curious, get in the chat. Let me know if you're curious, and I can put a link or something for you to go and check me out, because I really love making music, and I'm about this. I love music. Who in this chat right now make music or love, like legitimately love music? Who in this chat is really on that? I'm curious. Who in this chat really loves making music or just loves music in general? I'm trying to relate to some of y'all, man, for real. Where y'all at, man? Y'all quiet, man. Ain't nobody on live today. Everybody entering my live and getting right back out. Let's get to know each other, man. Somebody get in the chat. Let's talk, man. Let's chop it up for real. I'm here for it. Who in the chat, man, love music? Who loves making music or loves music in general? I want to know all my music. Where are my artists at? Who's in this chat right now and they're artists? Who's in this chat right now and you're an artist and you make music? Drop a comment right there so I can see you. Let me know. Hold on. I got an idea. I forgot to do this. Give me 1 second. I can never get my chat to pull up like it's supposed to. Anybody see my poll? I don't even see my poll. I just added a poll. Maybe it didn't work. Why does it keep doing that? Alright. I'm gonna wait for some more people to get in here. I don't know what the hell going on. I can't see shit early. My shit like way behind. Like even with my chat, like I swear like I'm way behind on my chat. Yeah, I hate going live on the phone. This shit sucks. Yo, leave a drop something in the chat and let me know if you still in here. Because I ain't really trusting that damn number anymore, man. That shit is on some weirdo shit right now. Like, I don't know, like, it's so crazy to see I had all of them comments and shit, but I didn't see any of that shit until recently. So if you in here right now, I apologize to you if you was in here before, because I literally, no sooner I updated my shit, like, no sooner I did that, all the shit came in. I didn't see my poll posted. I didn't see shit. I don't know what's up, man. I pissed my friend off. That nigga got mad. He said, yes, we see the damn poll. That nigga got mad, bro. That nigga went Super Saiyan when he said that shit too. Yes, we see the damn poll. But yeah, so look, that nigga know too. But yeah, so everybody that's in here, man, that's responded to that poll, man. Like, so as an artist, and I'm talking to the artist right now, as an artist, what's the hardest part about being an artist? Like, I really want to know, what's the hardest part about being an artist? Is it the promotion? You know, like getting your shit out there and in front of people so they can see it? Is it, so I guess marketing? You know, is it marketing or is it, you know, content creation? You know, what is it? Yeah, my shit working now. It definitely is working now. I'm seeing all this shit now, but like I said, I wasn't seeing none of that shit before. It was so far behind. So far behind. I was getting pissed off because I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then when I seen all that shit, I'm like, and it could have been like I said, it could be my Wi-Fi. I don't know, because I'm outdoors and I'm going to just cut to this. I probably got shitty Wi-Fi. Let's just be real. But yeah, like I was saying though, I feel like basically I'm asking like, what is the hardest part about being an artist? Is it marketing? Is it content creation? Let's see. You know, because I put it like this: some people who are artists, man, they got families, kids. You know, they already have a life outside of being an artist. So, you know, whenever they're investing into their music or whatever it is that they do as an artist, I feel like it gets very difficult for marketing. It's very hard to market your material when you have all of these different things that you have to take care of as an artist. And I'm speaking to just the artists right now. I'm gonna get to the music lovers. But right now with just the artists, man, it's so difficult being an artist. These days it's very difficult. You got some old heads that are like famous and they'll swear up and down that we have everything that we need to make it. And in a sense, you really do. You know, you got social media, which is a very powerful engine. But when you really think about it, though, how much of our own personal money are we having to put into this engine now? That's the key part, because back in the day, with these old heads, these industry old heads, these dudes that was back in the day and they famous, you know what I'm saying? The ones that are saying all of that, their biggest priority during that time was just to get signed. That's it. Let me just get my music in front of the right person. And that's all it takes. It's just the right person. See, nowadays, being an artist, your focus is not on that anymore. Your focus is on getting your music in front of everybody. It's not just one person anymore. Your focus is trying to get your music in front of everybody. And to me, that shit difficult. It's not like it used to be back in the day, just getting your music out there to that one person. Okay, nice meeting you, John. Nice meeting you. Yeah. I mean, it would be definitely difficult without the internet, you know, and you would have people going back to that old school formula of things, like the way they used to do things, you know. Let me just get my music in front of that one person. You know, because if you can get your music in front of that one person controls the engine from there. So for me, I feel like, and this is my personal opinion, you don't have to agree, but to me, I feel like it's easier to get your music in front of one person as opposed to millions and billions of fucking people. Like, to me, that shit is hard because not everybody's gonna like your music. And you might be targeting, say, only 1 million people. There's so many people in this world, but say you're targeting just this group over here. This is 1 million right here. Out of those 1 million, how many do you think you're missing out on? You know what I'm saying? Or you're in a situation of where you're targeting those 1 million, but it doesn't mean that those 1 million are gonna like your music. So you might be able to get, I don't know, like maybe 1,000 of that 1 million people to become your fans. Now you still got all these other people to try to target, and before you know it, you done spend all this money, and it's like, damn, you know? But that's how I look at it, though. I feel like, to me, that is very challenging. Marketing is hard. Marketing is very difficult. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, when you get signed, technically, in a sense, all that work is done for you. See, now they're putting that responsibility into the artist's hands now. And it's making it very difficult because you're spending your own personal money that you grinding for. You know, you working for your family. You know, back in that time, I feel like the only focus during that time was just grinding for your family, and your music is separate, but you don't have to take any type of money and invest really unless you want to. You know, that's discretion. You know, that's at your discretion. But your focus is, let me get signed. Let me get in front of the right person. That right person hear me, they gonna sign me. Boom, all this money gonna start flowing because you're now accessing their engine. You know, see, now you got to create your own, and to me that's very difficult. So in that sense, yeah, that's how I look at it. But I do think that it is beneficial to be an artist during this time because you do have access to all those things, you know. Now you can start separating yourself from those labels. You're creating more bosses, more you know, yeah, more bosses. You're creating more bosses now because you know, these people are learning how to do this shit for themselves. They no longer need that one person to do everything for them. And, you know, let's just be honest, during that time as well, you know, you got these artists that were focused on, let me just get signed. And these people would do all the work for them, but once they would do all the work for them, they not really seeing any of that money. You know what I'm saying? They wondering like, yo, where's my money at? You know, this label's controlling everything. You know what I'm saying? But so in that sense, I feel like it's beneficial on both sides. You know, you got your pros and cons. Let's just look at it like that. You got your pros and you got your cons of being an artist during this time versus being an artist during the old head time. We're gonna say old head time. Yeah, there is a lot. So you going up against a whole lot of competition. Everybody hungry. Everybody trying to get their music out there. Everybody trying to get heard. But at the end of the day, it's like, how do you separate yourself from everybody else? How do you sound different from everybody else? How do you look different from everybody else? That's another thing. I feel like during that time, you know, during like the late 80s, early 90s, you know, that period of hip hop, I feel like you didn't really have to have a face to your music. You just had to have good music. Yeah, and my sense, and it, I mean, you know, when you really put two and two together, it's like, damn, is it really easier? You know, because it don't really feel like it. You know, like when you think about it, like it's hard. But I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't hard during that time too, because they had to work with studios. That was the issue. You know, they had to find studio time. And that was hard because I'm sure there wasn't as many studios during that time. So you had to go to, you know, these big studios where you got some of these like industry niggas working in there, and I'm sure it wasn't cheap. So, you know, I feel like every era had to face their challenges. You know what I'm saying? Like during this era of hip hop, we have everything we need. We just gotta invest and make good music and come out with a shit ton of content. Yeah, that too. See, freedom of speech is no longer freedom of speech no more. It's not. It's really not. You know, music was a way for people to express themselves and, you know, like say whatever's on their mind. You can't do that no more. You know, you say the wrong thing and yeah, you gonna get canceled. This cancel culture is crazy. It's crazy. You gotta watch what you do. Being open and blunt and honest, nobody wants that no more. They want to be lied to. If you ugly, you want to be told that you beautiful. That's the kind of world we live in now. Everybody can't take the truth no more. People would prefer to be lied to because it feels better. But is it better? That's the question. That's the question. Is it really better? Is it really better to know the truth or have someone just lie to you all the time and tell you what you want to hear as opposed to what you need to hear? And I feel like that's the reason why you have cancel culture. It exists because everything got so sensitive and watered down. The messages are no longer the same anymore. Yeah, and it's far from better. You know, that's the reason why we get the music that we get nowadays. When you really think about it, in the mainstream, That's why you get that watered down message. They're they're catering to the listeners. That's what's happening because that's where the money comes from. So obviously they're gonna cater to the listeners. What's popping? What's the new trend nowadays? You know, that's what these labels cater to. That's why we get watered down music. That's why the music is not as great as it used to be. Because when you're in situations like that where you're bringing in so much money, you don't want it to slow up, greed takes over, and then you get into a position of where you got to give the people what they want as opposed to what they need. Like I said, truth is no longer appreciated anymore. People prefer to be lied to. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Yeah, everything is just a remake, and everything, you know, it's everybody sounds the same. There's nothing that sounds different anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Like, it's crazy. Like, everybody is doing the same style, and it's mainly because that's what's popping. That's the trend. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's trying to get to that. They're trying to get to that spot. You know, they're trying to get to a position in life where, you know, they can be successful and have money and fame. And so if they see this person doing something and it got them there, they're gonna do it too. Monkey see, monkey do. That's what we living in. That's the era. Monkey see, monkey do. Yeah, monkey see, monkey do. That's what kind of world we live in. Yeah, I feel that way too. Yo, I think music would be so different if Pac and Biggie were still living. I don't know about Biggie. I feel like Biggie would have probably he would have watered down his messages a lot. Like he wouldn't say, and to be honest with you, I don't really think Biggie had a lot of like message like songs compared to Pac. Pac really spoke some real shit. He spoke about things that was going on in the black community in particular. You know, growing up in the hood, things we see. Biggie was all about the dollar. You know, he was trying to get the money. So I think he would have probably watered down his messages a lot, or his music. Pac, on the other hand, I think Pac would have got out of music and he probably would have moved into acting, like heavily. Not saying he wasn't acting before, but I feel like he would have only been wanting to do that. He wouldn't have. He would have probably still did music, but not as much. I think he was very smart with how he moved. He realized that everything was only meant to last for a short period. So he moved differently because of that. You know what I'm saying? He knew that everything that he was doing, he only had a short amount of time to do it. You know, it's a young man's game, and he knows that. Like, you know, he started acting and, you know, doing music and stuff, but he knew music was something that he just probably wasn't gonna do forever. Like, you know, he needs to get into something different. Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good? North Carolina, North Cackalack. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. Music has changed so much. People don't do the same things no more. They don't care, you know. Like, you got artists nowadays, mainstream artists in particular. They'll say it straight to any reporter. You know, they know that they not a role model, and their first question that comes to mind is, why would you allow your child to be receptive to what I'm putting out? You know, and they're that type of thinking. You know, come on now. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, they all knew. I'm sure they had conversations with it. I'm sure they had conversations as far as like, this is a young man's game. Get your shit and get out. Do what you got to do and get out. You know, get into some other shit, you know, because you know, you're only marketable for so long. You know, it's a young man's game. You know, you're going to get old over time. Get your shit together, get your money right, get your bread right, get out of it, you know? But yeah, Snoop is definitely commercial. Well, you right. He ain't really as big anymore. So, but he's still doing his thing. You know, like you said, he's still doing his thing. Like, you know, he does things that keeps his face in TV, you know, or not TV, but in the headlines, you know, for people to talk about. But at the same time, he's not doing it like that for real, for real. Geechee Ghost. Okay. Is M in my top 5? No. No, he's not. He used to be. He used to be. And I say that because during that time, my focus in music when I was writing, you know, because I was inspired by a lot of different artists. Eminem, Lil Wayne, you know, I mean, it was a lot of different people that inspired me. So, with that being said, to me, like, he was in my top 5 during that time because I was still, you know, trying to learn and develop my own style. So I was looking for inspiration from others. And over time, like, it got to a point where it's just like, nah, his message and what he's talking about, that's not what I want in my music. You know, and then it just got to a point where, you know, I started realizing what was necessary in music, and that's just not it, you know. He has some great music, he has some good songs, some songs that hit heavy, but does he make those type of songs for me all the time? Does those songs hit for me like that all the time? No. Nah. You know, I got artists that I really like and fuck with, and, you know, I know whenever they saying something, I'm gonna get something from it. That's important to me. You know, when I listen to your music, what is the message that you're trying to say? What are you trying to convey? And then what am I meant to take from it? You know what I'm saying? What can I benefit from this? What can I gain from listening to this song? Because it's all about frequencies, man. You let the wrong frequencies in, and they'll change your life. Do I listen to UK stuff? Not as much anymore. I was getting into it before. Because I had some friends and shit that was really heavy into UK music, and they would send me shit all the time. But I'm not big on UK like that, and it's nothing against them, but it's the dialect. I ain't gonna cap. It's the dialect, and you know, it's a cool dialect, but I'm so used to, you know, I'm used to something different. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing against it, but I fuck with it. You know, there are some artists that I listen to and I'm like, yo, I like what they doing, I like the style, but then there's just some I'm just like, I don't know, because I know with UK hip-hop, you got your it's kind of like it is in the US. You got your mainstream and you got your underground. Yo, that's crazy. Nah, Eminem is different, man. It's crazy because I go back and listen to some of his stuff now that I used to really fuck with back in the day, and it's just like, damn, I don't know if I feel that same way about it. But then there are some of his songs that still hit, you know, like, and I'm gonna be honest, my favorite songs by him, period, is always gonna be Mockingbird and what's the other one? When I'm Gone. That's the other one. Those are my top 2 songs by him, period. To me, those songs spoke volume. And I mean, I'm sure he has other ones, but those are my top favorites by him. But being that it's only so many songs, you see what I'm saying? Like, nah, he can't be in my top 5 at all. He cannot be in my top 5. To be honest with you though, I don't even know who I would put in my top 5. I don't, because I mean, I feel like it changes like our taste buds do. Every 4 years or so, our taste buds change, and I feel like that's how it is with my music taste. You know, the same things that we used to listen to when we were younger, we probably don't listen to that shit no more. You know, we listen to, because when you start getting older and you getting grown, you got kids, you got life happening, you're not listening to that shit, that young shit no more. You listening to some grown man shit, R&B. You know, you listening to some real hip hop music stuff that's gonna sit in your gut. You know. Nah, man, I gotta go with the home team, bro. Hey, fuck that. I'm going with Cole all day. When it comes to bar for bar, nah, Cole got that, bro. He got that all the way. I'm gonna just be real with you. Cole got that beat when it comes to bar for bar. But if you're talking about music, pure just music, I'm gonna go with Kendrick. And that's a tough one because I love Cole's music, but I feel like Kendrick's music is different. Like it's not like on some hook, verse. Like the way he constructs and builds his songs and his albums, nah, he different. Kendrick's different when it comes to that. So yeah, definitely Cole when it comes to bar for bar. Like all day, all day, every day. And that's home team all day too. I'm North Carolinian, so you know, gotta go with the home team. You know what I'm saying? Gotta go with the home team. Definitely. You're right, Lano. He definitely does. That's what I'm saying. Like, Kendrick is definitely culturally tapped in. Cole is definitely a monster. But Kendrick is tapped in with something else. He's tapped in with something else. That man is different. And you can hear it. Yeah, you can definitely hear it, man. You can hear it. That man tapped in with something different, man. That's why I like that movie Sinners so much too, because I was watching that movie, bro, and it was just like, I do feel like there are some artists that are very tapped in spiritually, culturally. I think Tupac was tapped in spiritually. I think he was tapped in spiritually based off of the things that he spoke about. He was way ahead of his time. Kendrick, on the other hand, he's ahead of his time, but I feel like he's more cultural. Spiritually, I don't know. I feel like I know who Geechee Ghost really is here. I feel like he hiding his face, but I feel like I know who he is. Lano, do you think you know who Geechee Ghost is? I don't know, like I feel like I know him. Who is it? Say his name in the chat. Say his name in the chat. I think I do. Yeah. Yo, I ain't gonna cap. I was looking at the chat, yo, and there is a person that commented in here, and it had like some type of I don't even know the name. I mean, it was in a different language for sure, but they said, "Is that a Lambo that's sitting back here?" That shit's hilarious, bro. You don't know who I am, do you? I ain't none of these damn famous niggas on here, bro. I ain't got no damn Lambo, nigga. This is a Hyundai, a Hyundai, a Hyundai for us niggas. But for anybody else in here, it's a Hyundai, Hyundai. Yeah, that nigga was Geechee. I think I know who it is too. I'm not gonna say his government head, but I know who it is. Hold up. Damn. My chat weak. Hey man, I got 2 people in here watching, man. This shit's crazy. I ain't gonna lie though, I am about to get offline because I gotta do some shit. And it's getting late. Let me see what's going on. I scrolled all the way up. Yeah, I'm about to get off, y'all. I'm gonna talk about music lovers next, man. I like diving into this shit. This shit fucking interesting. But yeah, when I come back, I'm gonna start this shit back up again. Cause I ain't never really get to talk to the music lovers, man. We gotta dive into that shit. But yeah, I'll holler at y'all later, man, or tomorrow, or I don't know when I'll be on here again, but I'll holler at y'all.